actually hit go live. So they didn't hear any of that. But now that we are live, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke. I got so excited because I was trying to tell everybody that, hey, Zach hit us up right as, everything was ending. And he let me know that, hey, man, he's going to be able to come on the show, man. He's good to go today. So in the midst of me doing all this talking, I realized that, hey, they're not hearing anything because I hadn't, click go live. But now we are live. So everybody that is in here, all these upper room members, we will get a chance, and y'all will get a chance to ask Zach a couple of questions, man. So it's going to be fun as we always do. Remember, like we said, that's at 12:30. So we got about 7 minutes. So, it's a vibe, man. It is a vibe. But it is good to see that, man, the good carryover, man. We might need to start. See, if the games were always on Monday, it would be the perfect situation. Just roll Tuesday morning right into the Banner Tuesdays.
Right.
And everybody knows. But typically, it messes up because it's like, oh, man, I ain't set my alarm. And then did the members get the notification or not? It gets a little crazy at times.
Right.
But we good now. We here now. We got time today.
Oh, yeah.
We got time. So, yeah, man, shout out to everybody that's in here, man.
What do you want to talk about, dude?
Well, I was about to say, because it's 6 minutes, I wanted to first give him a shout out to give him a couple more seconds of just jabbing, and jiving. And then from there, we go on. That was my mindset because I felt like, we was about to work. And we don't work on Tuesdays.
I don't know. We just did a pretty good podcast, though.
I guess we did, huh? So we work a little bit on Tuesdays.
A little bit.
Just a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit, man.
Yeah. Good takes on the Steelers-Bears game yesterday.
But shout out to Rarity Unlimited, man. Rarity just came through and just showed a little love. I mean, you might be the first person to show love on a Banner Tuesday. So you know what, man? We greatly appreciate you, Rarity Unlimited. Absolutely. All right. What would you like to talk about? You want to talk about your man Cassius Marsh?
No.
Huh? You want to talk about your arch nemesis, man? Your rival? I will say I like his post-game hair a little bit better than I like yours. Just like he had, because it looked like he was like a villain. You know what I mean? Like right. he it just felt right. You gonna call that covers me? What about the hip check? You know what I mean? It just felt right. Whereas you're a little more put together. A
little bit.
Yeah, he looked like he was a little bit more stressed out in that moment.
A little bit. Yeah, it just depends on the vibe you're going for. Because his hair and. I don't know. He's got a different vibe going. I guess. I got what do I? Because I got the flannel. Yeah. I got the long hair, the beard. What would you say that is?
Lumberjack.
Yeah, that's kind of like my vibe. I don't know what he's got.
I feel like I should see you like in the woods just cutting down a tree.
Right.
With Cassius, I feel like he should be jumping out of a space like some type of like flying airplane, and I'm here to take over the world. Like that's the vibe I got from him.
Yeah, you're probably right. And I'm probably like the last person to be cutting down a tree or doing any physical labor like that, which is funny.
Yeah, this is true.
Even though I got the look going.
You do got the look, man. Hey, Mike and Hemp, man. Now, I just saw in the chat, he said, I passed Moats twice yesterday. Or passed Moats twice just walking around yesterday. This is true. I'm trying to make sure it wasn't you. I swear somebody was out there with the new upper room shirt.
No way.
And I saw them like right when I was leaving, and it was kind of like in passing. I just want to make sure. I didn't know if that was Micah or not, man. But I definitely saw somebody with the upper room shirt, and I remember saying to myself like, "Yo," I was like, "Yo, nice shirt." And I don't know if the person recognized me at the moment because they was like, "Yo, thanks." Just kept going, and I went to take a picture with somebody else before I had to leave, and I was like, "Dang, that was definitely upper room shirt." So I was wondering, man, that might have been her.
No way.
I was passing a lot of people out there, man. We just out there walking around, just vibing. You know how we do.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, but it was definitely this shirt, and I was like, "Yo, like this is recent. Like you're like, come on now." It was good to see though, man.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
I wouldn't have thought to see one of those yesterday. Yeah, dude, I got NFL.com pulled up, so either I could give you a headline or two. We could quickly recap maybe some of the games and our picks. I went 1-3.
We can. You went 1-3. What were my picks then?
All right, so here were the games.
Because we had four we were opposite against. Yeah.
New Orleans, Atlanta. You picked Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
I picked New Orleans. New Orleans lost by 2.
Yeah.
The other one was Baltimore Vikings.
Yeah, overtime. We got it. Okay.
I had Vikings. You had Baltimore.
Yeah.
And then we had Miami, Houston. I got the Miami.
You got Miami.
And that was without Tua.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to say, hey, let's cancel this bet because Tua's out. I didn't think my odds increased or decreased with him being out.
That was a good one.
We missed on the Giants Raiders.
We missed on Giants Raiders. We missed on Jags Bills. We missed on Rams Titans. We missed we missed on a lot.
The other one that we disagreed on was Philly Eagles.
What?
Lost by 3 on that one.
Philly Eagles.
Philly Chargers. Sorry.
Oh, I was like, wait a minute. Whoa.
Philly Eagles versus LA Chargers. That's what I meant to say.
Yeah.
Lost by 3 on that one. So
hold on, what was the score?
All the games were close.
Right.
27-24. Chargers won.
You had the Eagles winning, and I was saying that
I didn't
think they were gonna lose 3 in a row.
I was like, I feel so gross about this one.
But I got the Raiders one wrong though. Did you not take the Giants in that one?
Nope, we both picked Raiders.
Got you. Because I remember I was giving the spill about winning, and they still low key had their chance, man.
Yeah.
Quincy Roche ended it, but they were in position, game winning drive. They were there, man. Yeah.
We had the Thursday night action with the Jets, Indianapolis. My parlay would have hit if Mike White didn't get hurt. That was
he got hurt. And
what did he have, like 100 yards in the first quarter?
Yeah, that changed everything, man.
He was nickel and diming them.
Mm-hmm.
That one was no good for me. Your former favorite team growing up, Dallas.
Yeah, they
getting
got
smoked by the Broncos.
And that was with Dak coming back. Yeah.
Cleveland, Cincy. Bro. The OBJ? The no OBJ? Is it a coincidence anymore?
We said that, though. We said it simplifies it.
It's
not a coincidence.
I just don't know if it's a coincidence anymore at this point.
But why would we say it's a coincidence? It's not. We said it simplifies with him out the lineup. So for Baker, he doesn't have to worry about throwing it to him or not. He's just going to play his game, and they're going to run the ball, which they did. And that, to me, is what they don't do when Odell is out there, because they kind of overthink it. It's like, are they going to force it? We talked about Baker because he needs to be on a schedule, timing-wise. He's not an ad-lib quarterback. So it looks like, he's going to try to force it or just ignore him completely. It's not an issue, though, in terms of are they a better team without him? It just simplifies it for them, though.
Right. So we giving Banner the call?
Looks like we are, man. It's 12:29. So, yeah, man. Like I said, we don't work overtime.
You ready?
Dang, that's crazy, though, man. Shout out to the NFL. It was a wacky weekend. I'm just glad that we weren't a part of that wackiness. Whew, we flirted with it, but we weren't. We were not victims. We overcame.
So many teams in the AFC and a 5-win, 5-4,
only a couple.
5-3.
I'm trying to think. Only a couple teams have 6 wins. Was it Baltimore?
And Titans.
And the Titans, yeah.
The Titans might have 7. They have 7 or 6.
I know he's up there.
I think.
Either way.
They're 7-2.
Yeah, either way, we'll get to him. Let's call up the big homie Zach. See what he got going on today.
Moatsy.
There he is, Zach Banner, ladies and gentlemen. How we doing over there, man?
Good, man. Just leaving the facility. Just got a workout in. Did Deke make it home safe last night?
Barely, but he's here. He's alive.
Some dude was trying to try me at McFadden's, man.
Cool. I just want to make sure he made it home. He looked like a scared little 15-year-old last night on IG.
Oh,
when
man.
he was posting this stuff, his post-game response. I know you were pissed because you didn't have signal, buddy.
I was, dude. I was trying to give my takes throughout the game. I couldn't give a halftime report.
You're the kind of guy that carries around pepper spray when he walks home, huh?
No. That's too far.
They said Deke was trying to get people riled up over at McFadden's after the game, man.
No, some guy was just giving some blasphemous takes, and he looked like a guy you didn't want to mess with. So I used my brain on this one.
You should have maced him, bro. You should have maced him right in his eyes.
Well, ever since we had that conversation about, Dotson and this cheetah, Deke's confidence has went through the roof. Like, Deke really, sometimes we'll talk, and Deke is like, bro, I think I could take this. I could get that guy right there.
He's definitely that white guy in the bar. Yeah, he's the white guy in the bar. For sure. The one that you see you walk in, you're just like, okay, this guy might be a problem tonight. And then he gets a couple more, and then he starts crap talking, and then you're just like, yeah, I might have an issue. And then he hugs your girl, and then acts like he's part of the team. And you got to stab him in the throat with the nearest pencil.
Damn, dude.
This
sounds like something happened. Something like that happened before.
Don't like talking about it. Can't talk about it.
Who getting hugged on down there, man? Jeez.
Yeah. It's still an active case. Can't really discuss it.
Y'all keep y'all hugs to yourselves, man. I don't want no one getting poked in the neck. All right, not on our account. Jeez. Man. So, big time gritty win last night, right? And it's funny because we always see either the people super supportive of it, talking about how excited they are, or you get the people that are, oh man, that's an ugly win, I don't like that. But take us into that player's mentality after a game like that, after a win like that. Where do y'all sit on that thing, man?
Win's a win, right? I mean, a win's a win. Now, how you go about that win the week after, that's what separates good teams from the bad ones. You can't be coming into the facility acting like we won 48-0 yesterday. You know what I mean? So you got to evaluate the film correctly. You got to come in with the right temperament, and then you got to move on really quickly because we play Sunday.
Yeah. Now with that though, right, and sticking more with the game too here, we obviously know in games like how it was yesterday, just because the amount of calls by the officials, people want to make that into a bigger ordeal, but less about their performance. When it's a game where you feel like it's being highly contested in terms of some of the calls, how does that affect you as a player?
You can't. So it just breaks down positionally, right? Like whether or not you want to argue that there's a third team on the field, or, you know, the refs are always trying to make it a game. Regardless of which point you stand on, you have to understand that, like, as an offensive lineman, I have to play with tight hands. Like, I can't have my hands slip outside, because if I do, I'm going to give them a chance to throw a holding call. I need to make sure that even though I'm jumping the snap, or even though I'm trying to get a good get off, I got to make sure I time it up well. Because if I give them an excuse to make it a game, and, you know, that it's vice versa for other positions. And like I said, it just depends on the position group.
Now the play that's getting talked about a ton right now is the whole Cassius Marsh celebration. He was on the team. He was on the team recently, and we let him go. Did you think there was anything malicious going on there with his celebration?
I ended up actually missing the celebration because we ended up, like, progressing. Like, you know, we were almost like, okay, next drive. So I'm getting the O-line.
That's
right,
what I thought too.
Them, and then I turned. Look, man, we're all competitors at the end of the day, and Cassius was a teammate of ours for a while. Did he get carried away with it? Does he probably have some regrets? Probably. But like I said, remember what I told you, you can't give him a reason, right? And he did. And we took advantage of it as a team and an organization, but the same thing could happen to us. So we just got to learn from his mistake.
Yeah, and it was a significant mistake in that moment, man. But you called it right, though, man. In terms of when it's a tightly contested game, officiating-wise, you do have to be a little bit more buttoned up and things like that, man. So I definitely could see that.
I'm the same way. I didn't even see it. I was like, oh, damn. Now we got to make a stop on defense.
You were too busy pounding icy lights and grabbing other dudes and girls and stuff. That's why.
Hey, Deke is a Miller guy, okay?
I did
put
have
respect
it
on
was
him, man.
Miller Lite and some White Claws yesterday, yeah.
Miller and the White Claws. Don't forget that. Man, so when we talk about the O-line, right, we've been talking about how they've been progressing, right, and have really been turning the corner. But at the same time, we know that it's never always going to be perfect with this group because they have their growing pains. But as a whole, how would you grade yesterday's performance?
Watching the film, just because Coach hasn't given us a grade yet, I don't want to publicly throw a grade out there.
I'm with you on that, yeah.
That's just, you know,
it wasn't less about like A, B, or C, but just more so like, man.
Thank you, Moats, for
I got
you.
You.
With that.
You know I got you.
I think, man, like, when you talk about the guys that we played yesterday, 96 is probably one of the biggest, baddest dudes in the league.
Yeah.
And he, like, legit biggest dudes. You know what I mean? He was definitely a disruptor yesterday. Compliments to him for having a great game plan and making it a great game, especially in the run game. I mean, it's really hard to move him.
Yeah. And but for those that don't know, Akeem Hicks is who you're talking about. Because some people up here is like, who's 96? Yeah, Akeem Hicks. You good? You good?
He's like a 10-year, 11-year vet,
yeah.
Pro Bowl, like run stopper, game changer. Like everybody knows about him. But when we're just talking quickly, we call him 96. I think the biggest thing to take away from yesterday's game is coming up victorious out of a 2-minute situation. If, you know, just to break it down, really, as an offensive lineman, 2-minute situations versus a 4-minute situation, right? And to the difference to the listeners out there, 4-minute situation is like saying we're up and we have 4 to 6 minutes left in the game and we're going to run the clock out. 2-minute situation means you're down a score, a possession, and you have 2 or less to go down and finish the game. To be able to come out as an offensive line and finish that is a very, very dope win, very, very small win that we can learn from, analyze, and repeat again in the future if we're ever in that circumstance. That is the hardest thing in football because 98% of the time it's drop back pass. They know it's drop back pass. They know you need more than 1 point to score or put you in field goal range. So, they're covering most of the field, and those pass rushers are, pulling their ears back and getting in 4-point stances and jumping the snap. For them to come out victorious in that situation, very proud of the guys.
Do you point to anything as a difference from the first half offense to the second half offense? First half, I thought we just looked a little bit more free-flowing out there. We obviously got a couple touchdowns. Second half, in my opinion, felt like we got a little conservative. Could you point to a difference in those 2 halves with the offense?
When I look at it, even though you have to disconnect yourself from when you look at the whole game like that. You have to disconnect yourself from the team. So we can't say we. You have to compliment the Bears' defense and defensive line for stopping the run and stopping a lot of things that we were doing in the first half. I think that they came out with a mentality of a lot of base defensive line, but nickel and sub personnel. So, 5 down linemen, 1 linebacker, a nickel or a dime, you know what I mean? And I think that when you come out with that type of personnel, that means you're going to be physical up front and cover in the back. So what do you have to do? You have to step up and run the football. And I think that's something that we did better in the second half. Also, compliments the Muth, man. Like, everybody talks about his touchdown catches, but look at him blocking in the perimeter. And Deke, you know what it's like being, skinny and white. Like, it's hard. It's hard for you to move people. It's very hard for you to play physical consistently. It's not hard for Muth. The dude's got heart. He's a baller. I'm just happy for him. Like I told him yesterday, dude, compliments on the catches, but you're blocking on the perimeter. Not only sometimes saved possessions, but saved the game.
No, seriously, man. Seriously, we like that a lot about Pat. He is definitely a complete player out there, man.
Yeah,
now,
complete white.
Deke's hero, man. Deke loves him. Hey, so now when we're going back to the O-line, especially like your younger starters, Dan Moore and Kendrick Green, just talk about as a leader, how do you keep those guys encouraged and motivated in the midst of some of their growing pains that they've had to experience this season?
Dude, you got to be, the hardest thing is for someone to be something and then put in a different role later in their life. And when I say that, both of these guys, any of us, are ballers in college, right? And you get to a situation where you're in the National Football League and you're playing amongst 1,300 ballers from college. When bad things go bad or when things don't go the right way, you have to be able to step back and say next play mentality. On top of that, when you have a game that might have had a couple of Emmys or a couple, possessions where you didn't do your best, you have to analyze it. But the biggest thing we have this week is a short week. In the National Football League, they schedule these Monday night games, these Thursday night games, and you still play, the following Sunday. So technically we have a shorter week going against Detroit. How do we look at what we need to analyze today and just move on? Take the pros, take the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly, and just move on. I think that being able to show that growth and maturity this week with the young group that we have, I think that's a very promising situation, and I look forward to that.
No, this one's a little off topic, but I'm seeing commercials for this movie, and I would consider myself a casual Marvel fan. I like the movies I've seen. I've actually really liked the movies I've seen, but I haven't seen the whole directory. So I think in terms of Avengers, it was just Infinity War and Endgame for me, but I really liked them. Seen a couple of the other ones like Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America here and there. Why should I see this Eternals movie? Can you sell me on this?
Do you remember when Iron Man came out years ago? It was the first Avenger movie. We really didn't know about the Avengers yet.
Okay.
It was just Iron Man, right?
Right.
It's called an origin story. This Eternals movie is an origin story. And fortunately, I was able to take my girl out this last weekend and see it when it premiered and everything like that.
Did anyone hug her?
Great. Huh?
Did anyone hug her while she was out with you?
Did anyone hug her? No, because Deke was busy that night.
Okay, we just making sure we was all good.
Deke was busy that night. We did a little bit of a private thing, and you know what I mean. Just we did it up class. Icy light drinkers weren't able to go to it.
Damn.
So, I think so. When you go to Eternals, right? It's gonna be different. It's a different feel. It's a different vibe. But what you have to realize, and I'm going to leave it at this, is that there are things that are bigger than the Avengers. And if the Avengers tried being a part of this fight, and they tried, going against the people that these guys are going against, they'd get murdered and humiliated.
Sheesh.
So that's a very, like I said, it's a very good movie. I gave it an 8 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
Do I need to be seeing anything else for this one, or is this like a start from scratch type of thing?
No, this is an Origins movie. You already said that you watched some of the things, so you'll be
Yeah,
able to catch.
I'm kind of familiar. Okay.
Yeah. If you got some of the good gist of the Infinity Saga, you'll be good.
Who are these guys though?
These guys are just like, it's really. So when I talk to non-sci-fi fantasy people, kind of be offensive, but these are basically like. This is basically telling like the gods of the MCU. You know what I mean? Like It's very weird to talk about it like that, but the people who created. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to ruin the movie for you.
I would say, don't ruin it because I haven't seen it, but I plan to see it, so I appreciate you.
Okay.
I'm not going to ruin it. We'll talk privately, Deke, over some icy lights.
Okay, sounds good. No, sounds good. I'll have to check it out.
Just don't forget them white claws, and we'll be good. All right, we got a couple questions, man, from the chat right here. As we always do. The first one was from Robert Hostler. He says, from in terms of your perspective, what do you think is the next step in terms of the O-line's progression this season?
Like I said, this week, short week, that's the hardest thing about going into the National Football League is, you don't get Thursday and Monday night games in college unless you go to a trash college. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those things that a quicker week could really come to bite you in the tail down the road. I think that we need to show up to practice tomorrow ready to watch the tape on Chicago, but also watch the tape on Detroit and move on really quickly.
Man, I'm glad you brought that up. The next question is actually from Shoot the Rock. He says, how do you as a team go from being so excited about a close win last night to having to focus on an upcoming opponent that could potentially be a trap game as well?
Yeah. And you want to avoid those, those terms like trap game, because that means you're talking about them being a lesser team. This is when you fall into that game, man, there's 32 teams in the National Football League. All of them have strengths in their own ways. Some show more consistency when they play other teams like we have. But you can't look down upon them, and you can't think of it as a crap game. You just got to think of it as another game.
I respect, man. I know that feeling.
Did I catch what you said right about college teams playing on Thursday? Did you say trash teams play on Thursday?
Hell to Pitt.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
Who plays on Thursday this week? Do you know?
Big game, Pitt UNC.
Oh, man.
On the road to the ACC Championship. Kenny Pickett for Heisman, too.
No, that's awesome. I'm happy for him. But when you talk about midweek games, that's not a.
That's gonna be on ESPN.
Huh?
That's gonna be on ESPN, no?
Yeah, because there's no other games on Thursday. What do you expect?
It's gonna be lit. I'm gonna be down there.
I'm excited for you, bro.
You should invite Banner, bro. See if he's doing something.
Yeah, you want to stop down? Moats can't make it.
I'm in recovery still. I'm still recovering from my fatigue.
I'm busy too. Let's just start off with that.
Oh wow, he just blew you off completely. I'm busy. Yeah. Don't worry about me.
Damn, bro. You don't want to see the Heisman play. Future Heisman.
I love KP. KP's my boy, actually, in real life. So I'm happy for him. Power to Pitt, hell to Pitt, whatever. But
Power to Pitt.
You play during the midweek. You're scheduled for that game for a reason, preseason. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. We'll leave it at that.
Let's go. Power to Pitt, man. Power to Pitt.
Yeah.
I do have one more thing to say.
I'm gonna say, did you have if you had anything else coming back?
You check the rankings. I see Pitt's ranked. There's a certain team on the West Coast. I don't even see them relevant right now.
You're good. I get paid NFL checks now, so I don't. You know what I mean? Like,
Let's go.
Like I said, we'll move on.
Not in college anymore, huh?
I just love this banter every week. Can never get enough of it. All right, we had another one though right here from my man Justin Reynolds, and he says, how many mild heart attacks did you have in that fourth quarter? Because he said he had about 5 himself.
Dude, and you know, it's like I said the same thing when we beat Penn State in the Rose Bowl. I just had a feeling. Like I just felt I don't know if it has to be the trust and love that I have for my teammates.
Mm-hmm.
But like I personally like was calm and collective the whole time. Like I had faith that we were going to get that done.
Sound good?
I was the same way. You give
said it was the same way.
You give 7.
This guy.
No, you give 7 the ball with a minute 30. You give 7 the ball with a minute 30. I've seen it too many times. Game-winning drive on deck.
Respect. All right, well, the last. I'm about to say, Deke, be killing me. I love it.
Power to pit.
Power to pit. All right, well, last one we have for you, man, before we let you go. This is from Ethan. Ethan says, just in terms of when you're out there, man, what type of blocks or excuse me, what type of run plays do you like to block the most?
Oh, man, gap scheme, my side.
Okay.
That just, yeah, so just for those
I say break it down for the people that, because you know Deke is over here like gap scheme. He started looking around like, what are you talking about?
Right.
You know, so
for the nearest icy light bottle opener.
Help a man out.
So gap scheme is basically it doesn't always include a puller, but 90% of the times it does. Front side, let's say I'm at right tackle. Basically my guard and I and my tight end and I, depending on the type of play, we're going down into our inside gap and somebody's pulling to kick out. That's a very physical style of run and a very physical style of gameplay. With all that being said, it's always been my baby. Power, counter, any gap scheme plays.
Deke, that sounds like the type of plays you like to play against. Extra physical, point of attack, man on man. You know what I mean? Like who got more lead in their pencil? You know, that's what you live for right here.
I like some of those plays in Madden. They work. Little counters, little power. I see what he's saying.
So, with that being said, though, my man Zach, bro, we definitely appreciate you once again. Rest up, enjoy this, victory, and after that, man, we got Detroit coming up, baby. So we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks for having me, guys. Talk to you next week. Dick, stay alive.
That's the goal.
Let's go. Power to pit. Yo, power to pit, man. Why you always trying your pit love, man? Huh? Why you gotta treat you like that?
I think he's being a little disrespectful
right
now.
Man.
For a team that's
he went power to pit on you. Not even held up, it's power to pit.
For a team that's not really relevant right now. USC. We're about to have a chance at the ACC championship.
Yeah, don't let them talk to you like
Heisman.
that. This
is good for the program right now.
Who beard bigger? You know what I mean? Remember, he said he can't grow a beard. You grow a beard, man. Yeah.
Next thing Pitt needs is just a stadium over in Oakland. That's about it. In terms of like building the pro, I think Kenny won Heisman. Us won the ACC championship. That's helping.
Yeah.
Now we just need like a 40,000, 50,000. You don't even need 50. 45,000. Just a bowl.
Yeah.
Kind of like what Pitt Stadium used to be over in Oakland. But there's no room. I don't know where they're gonna find it.
But just turn something down, put something else in there, man.
There was a dude. I saw this early in the season.
Mm-hmm.
He must be a rich.
Was he a cool dude?
I don't know.
Okay.
Rich Pitt alumni. Donated a bunch of money to Pitt.
Mm-hmm.
With this donation, he was able to change the name of the head coach position for Pitt to.
Oh yeah, his name.
Did you see it?
Yeah,
his first name and I think the year he graduated, head coach.
99 head coach. Yeah.
So he's got some pull somehow, some way. We got to somehow talk to him to see if we could start promoting a Pitt Stadium back in Oakland.
Yeah, we're gonna see, man. We're gonna see. Keep winning.
They keep
winning, man. Like you said, Kenny getting the Heisman. They keep winning. It'll definitely be in the conversation a lot more.
I hope, man, because it's just not the right vibe over there for the college games. It's not.
It's like that, man.
Obviously like Heinz Field, but just not for Pitt.
But we did have one more super too, man, before we got up out of here, because like you said, this has been a long Tuesday morning because a lot of y'all have been on with us since 9:40 whenever we started this morning.
Yeah.
But his last one's from Rarity Unlimited, and he says, "Looked like Zach could have helped last night.
Yeah,
much love." Nah, 100%, man. We actually, when we talked about that, we definitely think that if they weren't putting him out there because of the continuity, clearly that hasn't. I mean, it's not the same right now, man. In terms of. Yeah, you saw the game last night, man. At times they played well, but at times they definitely struggle. So, yeah, I'm ready for him to get out there. He is definitely ready as well.
Yeah, that's all. We didn't ask him either. We've asked him like the past 2 or 3 times. He feels like he's ready to go.
Yeah, it's definitely not on him, man. He's been practicing, so we will see how this thing plays out this week, man. But like I said, man, either way, it was a blast. So
yeah, fun interview.
Shout out to the fact that the homie was able to pull up, and shout out to everybody that was able to stay on with us. A little bit of an audible, we hit him with the check, dilly, and we went with that thing. So enjoy the rest of your days, and until next time, baby.
Peace.